So today we are going to introduce the most complicated grammar in Chinese, le structure. The learning goal of this lesson is to understand the basic meaning and the structure of le and where we use le, where we do not in the sentence. So the basic structure, le, the first meaning is indicates the completion of an action or an event. So if an action is completed, we use le. If not, we do not use it. But it does not equal to past tense because sometimes we can use le in the future. So we only emphasize we completed an action. The basic structure of the first meaning is verb plus le. For example, 我吃了 subject, verb, le. I already ate. If there is a verb here, you need to put le after the verb. Like, 我吃早饭了 I had my breakfast. If the object has a modifier in it, we need to move le right after the verb. We do not put it after the object. For example, 我喝了3杯水. 3杯 here is a modifier, so we move le right after 喝. The second meaning of le is the emergency of a new situation. And in this meaning, we put le at the end of the sentence. For example, 下雪了 It's snowing now. Just now, it did not snow, but situation changed. It snows now. So we use le at the end of the sentence to indicate something changed. 下雪了我累了 I'm tired. Just now, I was not tired. But now, new situation is I'm tired. So we put le at the end to indicate something changed. 我累了 So these are the two basic meanings of le. But in the real world, where we put le, where not? Let's see some examples. The first one, I was a high school student in 2011. Do we use le or not? You think about it. Yes. Again, here, this sentence emphasizes the status or the state. We do not emphasize we completed an action. So we do not use le. The answer is no. No le for link verb 是 because 是 indicate status, not actions. So the whole sentence is 2011年我是个中学生. The second one. That movie was interesting. Do you think we need le here? You're right. We do not need le here. Okay? So in the subject, adverb, adjective structure, no action completion, le is used. So because it is not an action. Again, it is not an action, right? So we do not use le. I felt he loved me very much. What do you think? Do we use le here or not? We do not use le here because no le for mental verbs. So we have more mental verbs like 觉得, 爱, 喜欢. So they are not considered as real action. But however, 认识 is considered as a real action, but not 觉得, 爱, 喜欢. So the full sentence is 我觉得他很爱我. No le. Next one. Yesterday, I wanted to watch a movie. Do we use le or not? You think about it. Yes, you're right. We do not use le, right? The sentence is 昨天我想看一个电影 Why we do not use 了? Because here, for helping verbs such as 想, no action completed, so 了 should not be used. So here, I wanted to watch a movie, but I just think about it. Maybe I didn't do it. I didn't complete the action. So here, we do not use 了, right? Next one. In Beijing, we played ball on Mondays and Wednesdays. This situation, do we use 了 or not? Can you think about it? We do not use 了. The sentence is, 在北京，我们星期一和星期三打球。Why we do not add 了 here? That is because it is the habitual action. We do not emphasize we completed an action here, but we repeat it, right? It's our habit, habitual situation. So we do not use 了. Another example, in high school, I danced often. 在中学，我常常跳舞。常常 we do not use 了 here. Next example. Yesterday I danced with Li You. Do we use 了 or not? Can you think about it? Right. We do need 了 here, right? The sentence is, 我昨天和李友跳舞了。So I completed the action, and I emphasize I completed this action. So we do use 了 here. Yesterday, I played ball and watched a movie. So do we use 了 or not? If yes, how many 了 should we use? Can you think about it? So here we use 昨天我打了球，也跳了舞. This one is very important. You need to pay attention to it. Okay? Why we put 了 right after the verb, not right after the object? That is because if you have two more actions, okay, two or more actions, we need to place 了 right after the verb. That means if you list something, you list several actions, you need to put 了 after the verb for each action. 昨天我打了球，也跳了舞，也学了中文，也去了超市。超市 is supermarket. So several actions listed. You add 了 after each verb, not the object. This one is important. I watched 2 movies yesterday. Do we use 了 or not? Can you think about it? Right, we have to use 了, right? 我昨天看了2个电影. This one is what we mentioned just now in the beginning, right? We have 2个 to as a modifier here. So we have to move 了 right after the verb, not after the object. Pay attention. Modifier before the object. We move 了 after the verb. Next one. Yesterday, I went to the library to look for a book. So here, 2 actions, right? So do we use 了? Where do we use 了? Can you see the sentence? 昨天我去图书馆找书了. So here, we add 了 at the end. So, in the go to somewhere to do something or come to somewhere to do something, you should place 了 in the end of sentence. Okay? So, 去图书馆, go to some place, and the verb action, we put 了 here. However, if you use number and the measure word, it will be like this. 昨天我去了2个图书馆找书。 The same rule, remember, if we have a modifier, we have to move le right after the verb. So pay attention to modifier. Next one. Yesterday, I went to Professor Wang's home to visit him, and we had Chinese food there. Do we use a le or not? If yes, where we put le in the sentence? So the sentence should be 昨天我去王老师家看他，在他家吃了中国菜。Here, why we put le in the second part, not in the first part? That is because if the subject went to somewhere to do something, it's just a story setting, and the emphasis is the following contents. Do not use le for the story setting sentence. So this we treat it as a story setting or a background. So we do not emphasize we completed visiting, right? We emphasize we completed visiting and we had some food. So we actually emphasize on this part, the completion of this action. And we treat it as a story set. So we do not add le here. Instead, we add le here. So you may ask why we do not use 在他家吃中国菜了. So that is because even though here we just list one specific action, but if you go to someone's home, definitely you not only eat, right? But maybe you chat, you talked, you watched TV together, but just not listed. But the context show that it is more than one action. So we put le right after the verb. If he want to list more, had Chinese food, watched TV, played ball, right? He can list. But here, even though he does not list here, we know if you go to someone's home, not only one action, but also several, right? So that's why we add le here. Okay, what are the differences? 他请我看电影了. This is a typical situation to use le, right? Verb, object, le. We completed this action. 他请我看电影. So, what are the differences? 他请我看电影了. Here is a typical situation we need to use le, right? The second one, 他请我看电影，我和他去了. So here, why we use le at the end? Because this is a story setting or the background. We emphasize this part. We completed this. We use le here. 他请我看电影，我没去. Why we do not use le? Right. If we use may means the negation, right? I didn't go. Then this action is not completed. So obviously, we do not use le here. So here, if we use may, we do not use le. Okay, I hope you understand now.